my name is Charla Rivera, and I'm the director of the Writing Lab. I've been the director of the Writing Lab since we started in spring of 2017, so we've been around for a little while. This is a video just to give you a little bit of an introduction and orientation as to what we do in the lab, what kind of services we offer to students, and how you can sign up for those services. I'm trying to make this video as general as possible so that it applies to all semesters, but please do be aware that our offerings may change from semester to semester. You can always check our website to see what other offerings we may have in a particular semester, but this is the general overview. So who are we in the lab? We are all faculty members here at SCS, and we all have at least a master's degree in English or education or teaching English or a related field. Depending on the semester, we also have a couple of tutors with PhDs. So these are not student peer tutors. These are people who are writing experts and have all taught writing ourselves at the university level. We all have training and experience with English language learners as well. So whether you are an English language learner or a native speaker, we have experience in training to help you. So that's who we are. Now the next question is, who is the lab for? The lab is for anyone and everyone at SCS. It doesn't matter what department you're in or how long you've been in school or out of school or what your background is, native speaker, non-native speaker, it doesn't matter. We are here to help you with your writing. It also doesn't matter your writing experience or your confidence level in your writing, because good writers can get just as much help out of our services as less confident ones. Just remember that anyone you have ever read in your entire life, from your textbook author to Stephen King, has had an editor or at least a second pair of eyes to help improve their work. That's really how we can function for you. And because all of our tutors are writing professors ourselves, and we're all SCS faculty members, you can even view us as a kind of practice run to get a professor to preview your work for feedback before you send it to your actual professor for a grade. So no matter how confident you are in your writing skills or what grades you're getting, we're here to help you, and we can give you some advice for how to improve. What we offer really comes down to two categories: workshops and events, and tutoring or consulting services. So here's a quick overview of the types of events we offer at the Writing Lab, although the actual events may vary from semester to semester. One of our most popular offerings is our webinars, which typically happen once a week during a lunch hour slot, since many people have 20 minutes to spare around noon to learn about writing skills while they eat their sandwich. This can be about a variety of topics, from general writing skills to specific assignments, and I'll go over these topics in a minute. Depending on the semester, we also offer writing boot camps, where we basically create a social space near the end of the semester for you to buckle down and write. The way this has been done when we can meet in person is to schedule a classroom space, and I bring free coffee for all of you, and students can just come in and out as they please throughout the day. Some students stay and work all day long, others just pop in to work for an hour or two, or even just ask a question of the writing consultant or librarian who's manning the room. We're also playing with ways to move this type of experience into a virtual space if needed, so please stay tuned for that. In many semesters, we may also offer presentation practice, which allows you to practice your presentations and get feedback before you actually give them live in front of your professor and peers. These presentation practice sessions are scheduled in groups, so you would have the experience of presenting both in front of a trained tutor, as well as in front of some fellow students, and get feedback from both. These really work out as a very collaborative workshopping event for students. Going back to the webinars, here's a quick overview of some of the webinars we may offer in a typical semester. As you can see here, some of them are general writing skills, such as the writing process, connecting ideas, supporting arguments, things like that. Others are specific to different types of assignments, especially assignments you might have later in your career here at SCS as you get ready for your capstone. For example, literature reviews, annotated bibliographies, and abstracts. Our most popular webinar semester after semester is In-Text Citations 1, in which we discuss how to cite things in text, when to quote or paraphrase, and how to do both of those things. Many students have either never done formal citations before or haven't done it in a while, so these webinars in particular tend to be very useful for students. All right, let's talk about our tutoring or writing consulting services. The tutoring that we offer is one-on-one with writing experts. So as I said before, you can really think of it as a practice run for your assignment with a real professor. These are SCS faculty members who are trained in teaching writing, so you can talk to us one-on-one and really get some help from a writing expert. The sessions by default are 30 minutes long, but you can extend them to up to 60 minutes a day, twice a week, for a total of 2 hours a week if you need it. We also try to make the schedule for tutoring as flexible as possible, since I know, especially at SCS, all of our students have very unique scheduling needs. Some of you might be working typical 9-to-5s, some of you might be studying full-time, and some of you may have some other scheduling constraints. So we make tutoring sessions available in afternoons, evenings, and weekends, just to make sure there's a slot essentially available for anyone who might need one. So when you sign up for tutoring, you can get help with just about anything related to your assignments. This could include understanding the prompt from your professor, since a lot of students do have trouble just parsing what your professors are actually asking you for. Now, a lot of the times we may actually just point you back to your professor if you have a question like this, but we can still go over the assignment with you just to make sure you understand the main idea of what your professor is asking for. We can also help you with things like brainstorming, topic development, outlining, and planning. These kind of sessions tend to be very conversational and actually quite fun, in my opinion, where we are really just bouncing ideas off of each other and trying to organize your thoughts as best we can. We see a lot of students who have to write group essays, and so we can help you make sure your essay flows from section to section. The type of session we have the most, though, is revision. If you have something already written and you just need help with revision, we can help you make sure the organization is strong, that it flows nicely, and that there are no glaring errors. We can also help you with citations, especially when it comes to formatting and using in-text citations appropriately. To sign up for an appointment, you can visit our website at scs.georgetown.edu/writing-lab and click Schedule an Appointment under the Tutoring tab. For all of our scheduling, both tutoring sessions and webinars, we use Google Calendar. This is just a quick visual of the calendar, since sometimes students have never signed up for an appointment on Google Calendar before. This is an example week of open tutoring slots. If you look at the calendar, you can see these little gray boxes. Those are open appointment slots, so you can click on one of those and the appointment will pop up and you can accept that appointment and it will go automatically to your own Google Calendar and the Writing Lab's Google Calendar. You'll be able to cancel your appointment or email your tutor from your own Google Calendar page, which helps you keep track of things. After you sign up for an appointment, you will meet with your tutor on your scheduled day and time. You can send them your assignment via email or our general upload link, and you'll read it over with your tutor. Your tutor will focus on things like organization, connections, how your writing flows. We'll look at grammar, but that's not going to be our main concern. We will point out if there are any big glaring issues, though. You'll work together with your tutor on your file, whether it's a Word doc or a Google Doc, and you and your tutor will track any changes so you can go back and review things before you accept them and send them to your professor. You can also feel free to make follow-up appointments with your tutors. Many students find a tutor whose personality just jives with them, and then they just see that tutor repeatedly all semester. Regardless, you can sign up multiple times to get additional help on whatever it is you might be working on. Another offering we have now is asynchronous tutoring. This was originally born out of the COVID-19 need for additional flexible services for students who had even tighter scheduling constraints during remote work. We will be keeping this service around in the future, though please keep in mind it's still in a pilot stage at the moment. It may not be available every semester. Please check our website to be sure if we're offering it. We hope to have a full permanent launch of this service soon. With asynchronous tutoring, you would upload your work with any specific questions that you might have for your tutor, and you would receive a response typically within 48 hours, although at busy times of the semester, we may have to extend that 48-hour time frame. We always do our best to get things back to you in a timely manner, though. Your tutor may leave comments on your actual document, and they will also write you a report, either in a Word document or in an email, where they summarize their most important pieces of advice for you. This could be advice for how to reorganize something or how to add more details to a particular section. You get a narrative explanation from the tutor talking about your strengths and weaknesses in the particular assignment, and you can also follow up with that tutor via email or schedule a follow-up appointment for clarification if you didn't understand a particular comment. So I really just want you to remember that we are real professors in the Writing Lab who can give you a professor's opinion on your assignments. You can view us as a kind of practice run before you submit something to your actual professor for a grade. It's also just good to remember that it'll help you to get a second pair of eyes no matter what your writing confidence level, no matter what type of grades you're getting, whether you're getting straight A's or not. We can help you by giving you some advice and suggestions. All of us are always learning and growing as writers, and we at the lab love to help SCS students become the best writers they can be.